right, we got Ashton Jeanty, Boise State. Thanks for joining us here at Barstool, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I know you got some Sharpie stuff going on. What's the deal with all this Sharpie?
Yeah. So, just to be a part of their, rookie class, last night they, passed the torch down, Michael, and roamed to me and T-Mac. So, it's just been great to be a part of their class and, do something special.
I got you a gift here. I got you a Sharpie pen. And I wanted to just see if you'd give me your signature right here so I could – here, I'll hold your mic.
With, huh?
Let's see what this Sharpie looks like here. And I hope you've been practicing your signature, man, because there's a lot of kids out there that are going to be wanting this. It's pretty good. I think that's yours.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on all your success. You're an interesting guy. I did not know about you until I started researching your history.
Yeah.
A Navy kid, Jacksonville. Yeah. Somehow you end up in Virginia, and then you're in Naples, Italy. Just maybe tell your fans out there, who are you? Where'd you come from?
Yeah, so I was born in Jacksonville, Florida. I moved around a lot because my dad was in the Navy, so I've lived just about everywhere. The Navy took my dad different places, so obviously he brought the family with him. So I think the coolest place I probably lived was after Chesapeake, Virginia. We moved to Naples, Italy. For 3 years, I was able to see all of Europe, see different cultures, learn a lot of different things, and I feel it's helped me grow a lot as a person. But, probably the most crucial spot was Frisco, Texas, where I played high school football, some of the best football in high school.
Well, we got to get into that. Frisco, Texas. How the hell do you end up in Frisco, Texas?
Yeah, well, I told my mom, I was like, I need you to find the best school, not only for me because, I'm playing football, but, my siblings as well are important, right school system. And we had a lot of family already in Texas, so she had been communicating with them and, they've been talking about how great, high school football is in Texas. And then somehow we found Lone Star.
So you go to Frisco, Texas, and you end up at Boise. Now, I got a lot of respect for that program, but Boise State is not really SEC, Big Ten. Were you not recruited heavily, or was it something in Boise was it the blue AstroTurf? What the hell brought you out to Boise, man?
I mean, I couldn't pass up on the blue turf, but, I think it was a mix of that, all those, big per se SEC schools, Power 5 schools, the big Texas schools where I was right in the backyard. They kind of overlooked me. They didn't see the talent. They didn't see, what I could be. But Boise State saw that. And
did that tick you off and put a chip on your shoulder?
For sure, most definitely. And that's what drove me and helped me get to where I'm at today. Is being overlooked. Kind of that underdog story.
I was thinking about coming back being a college coach.
Yeah.
And I was going to take the job, but you came out. You decided to come out. I was going to get all my NIL money. I'm going to give you $20 million to come and be my running back.
$20 million?
Did you even consider, for all the young people out there, do you even consider coming back and going someplace else where all the money is in college football now?
No, I mean, but if you would have came to Boise State and, threw me $20 million, I might come back for one more.
Okay, good. All right.
I'm just playing. But, no, I never really considered it because I set myself up to, make that generational wealth on the next level. And that's always been the goal is to, be a professional athlete.
I watched a lot of your tape. That's what I do. I sit in a dark room and I watch really good players.
Yeah.
And your junior season, you only were there 3 years. You split time with another guy the first couple years. But you exploded onto the scene in week 1, man. And you're playing for Dirk Cutter, right? I want to hear about Dirk Cutter because he was a head coach in the league, great offensive mind. What did he do to help you develop and take your game to another level?
Yeah, I think the mentality of the team, the offense, like his mentality, he put that on all of us each and every single day. Like he told us straight up like what we're going to do. We're not going to switch it up for anybody. But the main thing was to execute and be your best every single day. And, obviously him, coming from the NFL, he didn't play any games. Like things had to be a specific way. And even, I think my whole time there, he might have yelled at me once, but it was because I missed pass protection. And he tore me up, and he was like, "Man, I've been telling the NFL you're good at pass protection. You look terrible today." Like, you know what I'm saying? But he made sure that you were your best every single day, and I think that was important. That's why we were so successful as an offense, and then me personally, I was so successful.
Yeah, he had some great backs. You know, Steven Jackson. You even got the Steven Jackson look right now, man. But who do you emulate yourself after when you study other running backs? Who are you patterning your game after? Anybody?
Yeah, I think, there's a lot of running backs that do great things, and I try to take things from their game. But as far as, like, being exactly like them, I can't say that, because I feel like I'm different. I'm my own breed of running back. But some guys are, Marshawn Lynch, Alvin Kamara, Saquon. He's been doing this thing for a while. I've always seen it, since when he was at Penn State. But I think those guys are, truly great. Jahmyr Gibbs getting on the scene, Bijan Robinson. They're all doing special things. They all excel at different things, and the most important thing for a running back is making a guy miss. So they're all very exceptional at that.
I compared you to Emmitt Smith. When I was looking at your tape, the same size. You're 5'9". You're not going to be 5'11". You're not going to be 6'1", and you have the most unique stance I have ever seen. Now you got to come clean with me. Why are you so standing like straight up? Jahmyr Gibbs does that. Are you watching Gibbs, or is that just you? Are you trying to see more? What is your straight up stance? I've never seen it.
Yeah, I mean it's nothing.
Let me see it. Stand up. Show me that stance. Show these people. This is how you stand.
This is right here.
That has never happened in the history of football, man. Now, what are you going to do when you come to the NFL and somebody like Gruden says, "Nah, man, let's get lower"? What is this?
I'm going to do the same thing because I rushed for 2,600 yards. So, if it was a problem,
are you just doing it for vision? Are you trying to see pre-snap maybe a little bit more?
No, I think obviously I'm trying to scan the defense, and I feel like either way you can scan the defense, but I think the most important thing is being relaxed, like before the ball snaps. I know football is a violent game, but a lot happens in those few seconds of scanning the defense, right? You got to, see what the linebackers are doing. You're killing me,
man. The coaches, now all the running backs are doing what you're doing. You know that, don't you? You set a trend.
Yeah, I did. It's been amazing to see.
Very important question to me is the Heisman Trophy. I'm sitting there watching the Heisman Awards. Are you ticked off you didn't win that thing? Because I am.
I mean, a little bit. Obviously you want to, win an award you've been, working for. Everybody's been talking about since week one. Kind of putting that pressure on you. And obviously when I had a chance to win it, I wanted to, go after it. But things happen, you can't get every award, but, there'll be a lot more down the line. There's a lot of other awards that I won already this year, so I'm just thankful to even be, in that room, that space, with great guys, and all the other legends who have, been selected or won the award.
You ready for the Combine?
I'm ready, yeah.
I always go to the Combine every year. You go from one room to the next.
Yeah.
It's exhausted, man.
Yeah.
Coaches like me asking you crazy questions. So I'm going to try to ask you a few questions like you and I are at the Combine just to get you ready.
Let's do it.
Okay. Tell me 3 or 4 things that you absolutely love outside of football. 2 or 3 things that just jump off you.
Number 1, my faith. I love God. Number 2, I love my family. Number 3, I love playing football. And then number 4, I love my dog, Coco.
Okay, good. Now we're getting into something here. You got Coco. What about like music? I mean, come on, give me something that fans need to know behind the scenes.
Music.
What fires you up?
What fires me up?
Yeah, because I want to do things that fire you up. I don't want to bring you into my office and irritate you.
So if we talking music, what I'm saying, any type of music, no rock like that, metal like
throw a couple of bands at me, see if I know them.
See, I don't really listen to bands.
Give me something that's in your iPad. You know what I'm asking
for. My iPad,
all right.
More modern day, they broke up, but Migos, you know what I'm saying? You know about some Migos?
Put them on my list. Let's put them, Jake. Let's get some Migos.
I bet you if you play some Migos, you'll get, any of your guys going.
All right. Give me 3 things that you absolutely hate. What turns you off? What don't you like?
I don't like when I don't like disrespectful people. Like when people disrespect me. I don't like when people don't like bring their best every day. Like they come in with a attitude, and they just suck the energy out of everybody. Like just make it unfun to be there. And then even as a coach, I've had that before where, they're faking it. They're not really about what they say they are about.
That's
I hate
great,
that,
man.
for sure.
I like that, man. I collect jerseys. I got Barry Sanders. I got Earl Campbell, Gale Sayers. I got Curtis Martin. My dad was a running back coach. I drafted Josh Jacobs. I love running backs, man. You got 2,600 yards at Boise in one college season, man. You're 17 short of Barry Sanders.
Or 28.
28 short. Is that what it was?
28.
You're 28 short. I just want to kind of rehash that down the stretch, how important that was to you, yet keeping the team. Because Saquon sat out. Remember, he had a chance to break a record. Just go back down the last few weeks as you're looking at Barry Sanders' all-time record and the mindset and how important that was to you.
Yeah. Obviously, Barry's a little bit of different generation, a little bit before my time, but seeing that I had the, opportunity kind of like midway through the season, everybody was talking about it, but, that I could actually, break his record. I didn't want it to make it about myself, but at the same time, I got to chase my goals and, make my mark, leave my mark on the game of football. But also, my team's success was going to bring me that. And, kind of different, from the NFL. Like, we were playing for, all the marbles in the final game. But, Penn State, they went all out. They said, Jeanty isn't going to win the football game today. And, they were successful. But, I really wish I could have broke that record. But, I'm still glad that, I got close and I was able to, still do something remarkable this year.
You were in the I formation a lot, man. Your heels were how deep?
8 yards a lot of times.
8 yards. I mean, you were back there pretty good with that cool stance you got.
Yes, sir.
And I knew, and everybody knew, you guys were running a wide zone to the split end side. That's your money play, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
What'd you call that play?
We call it Bravo Oakland or Bravo Seattle, which would be close side, mid zone.
And what is the play call that comes in that really gets you going? What are your favorite runs?
I think when we run some pound, it's like a third down, it's basically like how the Eagles will do the tush push or whatever, but it's kind of like one for the running back. We call it gap. So it's basically just man on man on man, each gap, everybody blocking man on man, and you just got to go get that yard.
A lot of guys that I know are getting ready for the combine. They're getting ready to run a 40. They're getting ready to do a vertical jump, a short shuttle. You got to get ready for the regular season. There's a lot of teams, man, that need your help. I watched what Barkley did. He went from the Giants to the Eagles. He's a big reason they're here, man. Josh Jacobs.
Big reason,
he went to the Packers. There's a big reason why they were where they are. Yeah. What are you doing right now to get ready for the NFL?
Yeah, I think in terms of training, getting my body back right, obviously recovering from, all the, wear and tear from last season. And I think most importantly is, getting my mental right, being ready to go in that environment, to go to whatever team, whatever place and, be a positive person, impact that locker room as soon as I get there. Where in terms of, a lot of players that might be a little different right now. They're, getting ready to run a 20-yard shuttle. But yeah, I think the most important thing for me right now is my mental right now is just getting ready.
Well, you're a global guy for a young guy, man. You've been all over the world, all over the country. Hypothetically, what city would you like to live in and play football?
Yeah, I mean, I was, just there a few years ago playing high school football, so in the Ford Center, up there in Frisco, Texas. So, to be back in Dallas, practicing in that facility, playing in that facility again, I think that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I thank you for joining me, man. I know you got a big schedule. What other events do you have here in New Orleans?
I got some more interviews just like this, so pretty much, and then probably a little party later tonight.
The biggest skill I thought that you had that no one really talks about is your receiving skills. 2 years ago, they used you a lot more, I thought, as a receiver.
Yeah, definitely.
But how do you look at that part of your game, catching the ball out of the backfield, lining up in empty formations, running slants? How do you look at the receiving part of your your game?
Yeah, it's something that I've always had, and a lot of people don't know, but my junior year of high school, I played slot receiver because we had another running back that he couldn't really play receiver, so they're like, all right, we're gonna put you there. And then it just kind of kept translating, and then my OC that year, he seen that I could do that, and I just think the way the game has shifted, and being able to have a running back catch the ball, line up on the outside, it just makes you that more versatile, and the offense that much more versatile.
You ready to carry the load, man? 25 carries a game, 25 touches a week?
Yes, sir. I mean, I did it this past year. I held up pretty well, 27 touches a game. So I think I'm ready.
Love what Dirk Cutter said to you about pass protection, because a lot of young backs in college, they're not asked to do that. Cross key from one side to the other in the shotgun.
Yeah.
You were asked to do that quite a bit.
Yes, I was.
And you do take pride in that?
Yes, sir. I think it's important. It's like being an extension of the O-line, and, not letting that guy make the play. And, you miss those blitzes, you miss those protections. I know from, missing some, the quarterback doesn't have time to make the right plays. So, and the same way guys are blocking for me and, trying to make a hole, I got to protect my quarterback so that he can make a throw down the field for the receivers.
I used to tell my scouts, man, find somebody that I would cherish. Get me some players that I would cherish. I would cherish the opportunity to coach you, man. You're
awesome.
going to make somebody really happy. Enjoy this process. Yeah. I would just encourage you to interview the teams.
Yeah.
Don't just let them interview you.
That's a good point.
They got to have something that you're looking for.
Yeah.
And I would like to fire you up. What do you do to get fired up before the game? You like people punching on you and grabbing on you, or what?
Huh? I don't know about grabbing on me.
I see you out there with your shirt off, man. You got your music going. I mean, you got a routine.
It's definitely got to be good vibes, right?
Yeah.
When we go out to the field, I got to have my shirt off. That's just me. I'm from Florida.
Yeah.
I love the heat. So
you got your shirt off because you're jacked, man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't work this hard to, look shitty and not show everybody on the field.
I had a body like that, I'd be at Clearwater Beach every day with a rope chain on, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, literally that. And then right before the game, I meditate, right? I relax myself.
Pray?
I calm myself. Yeah, more like positive self-talk. And it's just me and my thoughts. Nobody else. And then as soon as we're about to go out, that's when I start screaming, patting my guys, start go crazy, So that's
You're a leader at Boise, aren't you?
Yeah, for sure.
And you lead. What's your style to lead?
I think most importantly by example, because you can't talk about it. I'm not really a rah-rah guy, right?
Right.
Some guys they got to say something, but I'm also not a guy that I have to always say something and like to that person right then and there. I think it's more beneficial to have relationships with all your guys, and you might have seen something. Sometimes you gotta right there on the spot you gotta confront them like, hey, that wasn't it. But there's other times where you just need to sit down, be there, talk to them, and if you see something, kind of help them grow. And I would want guys to do the same thing for me, because even as a younger guy, that was huge. First coming in as a freshman, and these older guys are, sitting me down and talking to me and like, showing me the ropes.
Good luck, brother.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks for coming here.
Appreciate it.
Yep.